just see it's almost like he trimmed up a little bit, Bell. He's just so dynamic. He brings such an X factor. And he's going to look good today in the Glenelg midfield with a number of their key outs.
Former Sydney Swans listed player, as I mentioned.
Living crisis.
That's
field.
it, exactly.
Very real.
As Pickering goes towards half forward. Here's the debutant in Pickett. Gives it off to a teammate now.
Get his kick off, and great goal-saving tackle there by the young dog.
It was a wonderful effort by the man that Paul Thomas, the coach of the Dogs, has touted Whitelam as a future captain. As on debut there, doing it now through this midfield clearance. Partington off the non-preferred left, kicks towards half forward. Montgomery front position. Well done by Pickett with the spoil. We know he's quality. Hosey marks, rolls on quickly. Looks to an open goal square. There's the debutant Pickett. Couldn't take it. Ball hits the ground. He follows up, squares it up. And look at that unselfish play from the debutant. Could have snapped the goal, but squared it up to find Darcy Bailey. McCarthy. He'll look for a target. Find Ridgway. They'll go inside 50 again. Pickett flew. Couldn't bring it to ground, but he's bounced on it again. Goes one way, then the other. Latrelle on debut. What a ripper. Latrelle Pickett kicks a wonderful goal, and look at all the Bays players get around him. This is a phenomenal start for the Glenelg Football Club. The Tigers 6-1-37. Central yet to score. We have only gone 13 minutes. Can it sit for the former Port Magpies play? Kicks around the corner. That goal kicker we speak of with the evasiveness in Pickett. Gets one way, then the other. Squares it up to half forward, looking for Bailey. Not sure that was the intended target. Jumping early was McBean. And James of AFL, last year's co-best and fairest, kicks towards half forward. Pickett couldn't quite take it, and the bodywork there. Whitelam couldn't bring it down to ground either. And then, unfortunately for Pickett, a strong tackle. Providing support for the Dogs also was Pudney. Went to ground. Stacks on the mill. Needs to be careful here, Kai Pudney. Pickett did well to apply some pressure. Gives it out to Simons rather. Comes back to Scott, and now Pickett. Very impressive young man on debut. Gets a handball away. Gets it back in the 1-2. Unfortunately for the Bays, Luke Reynolds just took it over the line.
When he went the first term, so he's obviously trying to G them up and get the guys excited. They've started better, though, in this second term, the Dogs.
It's great energy as well. Pickett surely taken high there. And Latrelle, the debutant, causing some trouble in the forward line.
Brown wins himself a free kick and should goal here.
Opens up the angle, kicks a bit of a weird check side, and he's pulled it to the right. Should have just gone the traditional drop punt for mine. And third efforts were sensational as Martini brings out the footy. It comes back in the Pickett direction. Here's the X Factor. Here's the fancy footwork. Now the snap around the corner from Latrelle. Another wonderful goal to Pickett. That is X Factor personified. And Pickett makes amends for the simple miss earlier. Numbers and support here for each other. Martini again. Kicks looking for Pickett. Strong pair of hands from the X Factor Latrelle. As we are seeing a man on the rise here today. He'll kick forward and find that last streams through the middle of Ex-Convenience Oval. Kicks around the corner. Wobbles one towards half forward. Another clean pickup from the exciting debutant in Latrelle Pickett. Handball over the top. Bit hot to handle there for Holder. The bounce didn't quite favour him. Central town of Lucendale. He finds a teammate there in Martini and then spots up the debutant in Pickett. Been an impressive debut for the man who resides in the northern suburbs, lives out at Salisbury with a couple of the younger Central District's junior players, so good to see him playing some league footy at Glenelg as McBean. Zach Adams, the Dogs are already 2 down, as now on the attack here. Pickett can get a hand pass from Chandler. Fellow speedsters involved. The kick there was wonderful from the player in Pickett. Attacking 50, Hosey. He'll chip over the top. This is Latrelle Pickett, who can mark in the goal square and off the non-preferred left, kick a third on debut. So unselfish footy for the Tigers. Ball there from Posthum, but standing strong and taking the crumb was Allen. Pops it to the top of the square, Latrelle Pickett. Bit of aerial prowess from the young man. With the long flowing locks, they could almost be twins there in Partington. Standing under Pickett was crunched from behind.
Over half of those probably intercepts. He's been really, really prolific down there for the Dogs.
Well, nearly involved them, but got an unfortunate bounce. He will best on ground in the under-18s grand final. The Tigers rather have turned it over. They can play the unselfish play, and now Pickett will go and kick a fourth. So Latrelle Pickett on debut, kicks 4. That was a Joe the Goose over the top.
They'll at least take some more hope out of this last term. Phil, after being thoroughly demoralised in the first 3, they've shown a lot better signs in this last term.
Inside 50 it goes. Bell squares it up to the top of the square, looking for a teammate out the back. Hosey in the one-on-one as the siren does sound here to end the pain for the Bulldogs, to cap off the minor round with a wonderful win for Glenelg. 29 minutes and 30 seconds that final.